Awesome. Welcome everyone to another episode of Humans of Pesto. Today we have Harshit with us. Harshit joined Pesto last year and now he's doing incredibly well. And today we'll dig deep into his journey before Pesto, with Pesto, and now what he's up to. So welcome Harshit. Thanks for taking our time to share your journey with us.
Thanks, Arish. Thanks a lot for inviting me to this.
Awesome. So just to start off, Harshit, would love to understand more about you. Like, where are you from, and what was your
Yeah,
journey like before Pesto?
sure. I've born in Jamnagar, Gujarat, and it's a small city. And I've been graduate from 2017 batch, and from there itself, I've started the software development journey, and I love fixing problems.
Yeah,
I pick a problem from anywhere around the community, and I try to stick with that.
amazing.
Right. So
Nice.
those things helped me out in getting experience, and started my own agency here in Jamnagar itself for solving the local problems, and it was going great. Afterwards, in 2020, I can say coronavirus breakout was there, and the finances situations were broken down. So I already got to know the Pesto previously, and I gave it a go. That yeah, I have the experience and I have the tools in place. I have got Pesto who can provide me the opportunity that I want.
So, Harshit, engineer कैसे बने आप? मतलब, how did you decide to become an engineer, and how was your experience of college?
Yeah, so college experience was really great. There's a local college here, and
Mm-hmm.
there I studied. I have a computer applications degree here, and from there my interest grew, and I had got um, diverse interests in other different technologies from there.
Nice, awesome. And how did you start an agency after that? Like, what really made you go on that route?
Yeah, so what the main purpose was while when I graduated, I got to solve some problems, but it needed some sort of name to come out, right? That this is the agency that provides problems to our solutions, not something that they can we get every day, but there should be some name that
Got it.
provides that
So that
services.
that
Yeah,
was your way to freelance, right?
yes.
तो पेस्टो के बारे में आपको कब पता चला? And what was your first impression?
First of all, I got the learn about Pesto back in 2019, and when I thought about the need of getting the finances together and getting to learn something, getting out in remote jobs and so on. So then I linked the idea of getting into Pesto in 2020.
Amazing, good stuff, man. And Pesto में, like, how did you get into? How's your, like, if I'm a developer who's looking at Pesto, I'm sure you would be getting a lot of inbound of people who are reaching out to you, right, with different queries. What would be your advice to them?
Yeah. So what the scenario? I'll be frank here. That there were three peoples with me, my close friends, right? And everyone, this industry seems to be doubting, and maybe this numbers that we have at Pesto, right? First of all, as we say that this is the number here, and these are the number of students graduating every year with this much of amounts and growth, right? So they got to just doubt it that is it true, is it real or not. Yeah, so they were doubting it, and I gave it a go that yeah, I really get the gut feeling that yeah, I can break it through, and Pesto is a genuine organization, right? And afterwards when I got into got the placement, and the current scenario is all of the three are in current batches of Ninja. Yes.
Amazing, so good to hear, man. Appreciate you being a cheerleader there for sure. But yeah, I think a lot of people speculate. They try to like, and there's also not enough content out there, which is why we're doing this, right? To sort of give more clarity to people. But I think when people are getting into Pesto, one of the things which I've seen is there are wrong kind of people, there are right kind of people, right? We always see that there is a crowd which is just wanting to be like get rich quick, and are coming here purely for jobs, right? First of all, do you get good jobs or not? Were you, how's your experience of studying? And can you give us like a breakdown of your experience of studying in
Yeah.
Pesto and then the placement thing? And just to put things into perspective, what
Yeah.
what are like two things or three things you would say were most valuable?
Yeah. So what I found out is when we go to Pesto, we just think about jobs, jobs, and jobs. So that should not be the perspective here. There should be the first thing that should come in mind is I'm joining Pesto. There's a great community out there. There are great developers. They have a great filtering mechanism that whoever have got to there in the batches, that person will be having something in it, right? So we'll get to learn from the developer community. Second one is the mentors. I would say my mentor was uh, Ashwin Rai, and he helped me a lot in getting through the some of the problems that I was facing in and lot of contexts, right? And the third thing, that there comes the placement. And yes, that is an integral part, but yes, I would say that these are also as important as the third one.
Absolutely, yeah. No, 100% I agree. Uh, यार उसके बाद क्या? I think at Pesto I've always said that we really don't see this as a 6 months program, right? This is more like a 6 months onboarding to a program you're part of for years to come, right? Do you feel that? Or if you do, then what is it? Like what happens after you graduate from the program?
Absolutely, I can say after we graduated, we got into the placement cell, and placements were done. But still, I am linked to the community. Whenever the great content is out there, the Pesto team is providing many, as you can say, the initiatives like Pesto Tantra to get the best out of what we are doing currently, right? And the jobs and so on. So the community exposure is really great. That, and it's not just about 6 months, but afterwards as well, we get to know about how to grow in our careers as well.
Absolutely. So what are like some of the nuances? Like for example, you take up this job. Um, how is this company? How are you? Like what are the differences which you think you've noticed in this company?
Yeah, I can say there's a long list of differences. I feel, right. In India, we have many companies who are doing really great, but in out there, what I noticed is they have a really great culture. Everyone in Rio is really helpful, right? Whenever I face any challenges, I can get to anyone, and they'll help out in any way they can, right? So the culture there is really great. Everyone is so helpful, and the mechanisms, the sprints, and the planning structures, everything is just a lot of learning there that I can learn from there and apply it here as well.
Yeah,
And one more thing, uh, they encourage me to get going in my agency as well. It's not just that you are part of this company, you cannot do anything else. They encourage me how the agency is going, and are you getting progress in that. And yeah, that is a really great point to make here.
absolutely. No, amazing, man. I think there are plenty of companies, great companies in India as well. I'm a fan of a couple myself. But what are some of the specific things which you learned here or you are getting exposed to apart from, let's say, engineering, and you know how important do you think they are?
I would say teamwork, first of all, right? The You can say our inclusion in product specific decision making structures, right? Learning from the best peoples out there, companies have been hiring from different countries and their own country as well. But that is really helpful in understanding different cultures and different aspects of thinking about any specific issue or problem. Yeah.
So, what would be your advice based on this to like a developer who is just starting out, or who is a little more junior, or let's say Harshit 2, 3 years ago? What would be your advice to that person in terms of what they should be really focusing on learning?
So, if a person is just starting out and he is a junior, I would personally recommend him to get something on his portfolio, build something. It doesn't matter if it makes sense, it makes revenue or not. Just build something. You will gain the experience, you will gain the exposure, and yes, that will be really helpful in the future. So give your 1.5 years in learning, in getting some trainings and different building different skills, and yes, just get going. Something.
Be a creator, right? We
Yes,
just
yes.
had a chat with Shadab as
Just
well,
get going.
and we talked about doing side projects, and of course, like doing side projects, you could be doing that within your company, you could be doing outside of your company, but building something is really critical at times, right? um, how has been your experience working remote? Is this your first time, or have you done this before, and how's your experience?
It is my first time working remotely, but I would personally say that remote work is as fun as we can be in place, right? If we have the best tools and techniques that we can follow the planning system, we can say, right? The planning needs to be there, the meetings, you need to be focused, and the environment you need, right? Those things, if they are fixed, the remote work is the best, I can say.
Awesome, yeah. And what would be like, let's say, three things that you learned which you thought are necessary while someone is working remotely? Like three soft skills which people should pick up.
Yeah, first of all, punctuality. That is the best thing, first of all. Right. Second thing is being active in the meetings. In remote work, it is needed that you explain your ideas or just say out, right? It
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
Yes. And third thing I would say in remote work, we are being creative, but just expose that outside. Let them know that you can do these things as well.
So communicating, over
Yes,
communicating, and
that's good.
keeping everyone in the loop, probably, right? Awesome. So, Harshit, like placement process can sometimes be pretty daunting, exhausting, lengthy, and sometimes it could be really short, right? How was your experience, and how did you decide to end up working with the company you're working with right now?
There was a day when I was working as usual and improving the projects and improvising the README files and so on. And I got two emails from different companies, and I replied them back that yes, uh, I want to know more about the product and where this is my currently, when can we schedule a call and so on, right? So one of the company asked out that yeah, we can schedule this time, and we are looking forward to it. So the what the scenario here was, there were just 5 days and 5 steps of process. Every day came by, the first step of process, just intro call, the product discussion, what is the product, we and get to know about the product. The second thing, we got to know about the technology that they are using in there. The third thing that I have to show the project. They provided me the technical evaluation, and I just completed the task and provided it to them. The fourth call was intro with the team, and the fifth call was the CEO. Yeah, that was super quick process. It just ended in just 5 days.
Wow, amazing.
So it was really helpful, and that's what we always, just quick software building and quickly moving ahead. Right.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, I think you really got lucky here, though, because we have seen like the average is about 21, 25 days. Uh,
That's good.
Yeah, but it definitely looks like people who move really fast. So it's always good to see. Awesome. So let's talk about Pesto a little bit more in terms of, if there's a candidate who is currently going through the program, right? I guess you have three of your friends who are going through the program.
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them? How do they get the most out of Pesto?
So first of all, I would say that we are having masterclass sessions every weekend, right? Focus on them. There are industry leaders coming to you and explaining what is great out there. So we should focus on that. That will be helpful. A thing that I'm really helpful. I'm really fond of that. I got from Pesto, right? That is product mindset, right? That we got a masterclass session regarding product mindset, and that really changed the way I was looking at the product industry, right? And that will be helpful. Regarding the projects determine how it's not about the problem that you are solving the project. I would say the projects help us to grow overall, right? You are looking into the requirement gathering phase, you are into the planning phase, you are into the development phase, you are into the release phase, you are deploying it. So whole aspect of the development process you are covering in the project. So that helps a lot.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. I think apart from engineering, knowing things
Yeah.
about product design business, we have always mentioned that it
Hmm.
really helps you get more empathy towards your
Okay.
teammates, right? Um, awesome. No, thanks so much for taking our time and sharing all of these things with us. We are super excited, not just for what you're doing today, but really excited to what you will be doing a couple of years from now. And
Thanks,
we
Ash.
are, of
Yeah.
course, like with you and supporting you in
Yeah,
everything that you
I'm really
pursue.
thankful to Pastor as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%, Harshit. We're glad to have you
You're doing a great
um,
thing out there.
as a part of the community. Absolutely. Awesome. So, Harshit, as we close down, what do you have anything to share? Any message for current Pesto students, mentors, or anyone else out there?
I
Yeah,
would just, I would just recommend that there's a long process out there, right? You have a lot to do out there, but you can focus on a chunk of it right now and build by step. It's not that I can go this far in this couple of months and so on, right? It's a process, and we can follow it, and that will be helpful.
amazing, super man. Really awesome hosting you here, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of you in times to come. Thanks again
Thanks,
for your
Aish.
time.
Thanks, Aish. Thanks a lot.
Amazing.